X-Men Apocalypse. Was it good? Was it bad? Let's find out. What's going on YouTube? I'm Danny Allen and I'm back to talk about X-Men Apocalypse. So X-Men Apocalypse has had a lot of mixed reactions and reviews since its release, and even since before its release, with all the promo images, all the negative talk about Apocalypse looking like Ivan Ooze from the Power Rangers, and just a lot of negativity and mixed reactions surrounding the X-Men. Even though Days of Future Past was a huge success, people loved that movie because it combined the old X-Men with the new X-Men. None of the old X-Men were in Apocalypse besides Wolverine. Spoilers, Wolverine is in X-Men Apocalypse for like a good 3-4 minutes. And he's kind of just thrown in there, but the way he's written, it fits the plot, so I'm going to let it slide. They needed to redo his origins because of X-Men Origins. That's another tangent for another time. Just let me talk about some of the positives from X-Men Apocalypse. I liked the overall tone of Egypt, the way Apocalypse came to be. I liked when he was walking around Egypt with his hoodie on, like he was Imhotep from The Mummy. He was just walking around recruiting his X-Men. He's like, yo, come with me, let's go fuck shit up. So basically Apocalypse's goal was to recruit his 4 horsemen and just basically tear everything up, rebuild the world, the strong survive. He ends up recruiting Storm in a very cool way. He kind of saves her life. The way Storm is introduced with Apocalypse, it kind of makes it seem like, okay, well, he saved my life, so Storm kind of owes him one now, so Storm kind of just goes along with everything. Quicksilver was good, like always. Quicksilver's a badass. I like the Sweet Dream song. Jean Grey and Cyclops, great introductions. That's probably my most favorite parts of the movie, was with them building up the new X-Men generation. Seeing Scott getting his powers and him going to the school. We see Jean struggling with the Red Phoenix right off the bat. She's having bad visions. She doesn't know if it's Apocalypse or if it's her that's going to cause this damage that she's seeing. Which culminates at the very end. We see her using her Red Phoenix power. I can't believe Singer's going back and he's actually fixing the mistakes that Brett Ratner had made with The Last Stand. And there's also a little inside joke that they made in the film when they're talking about Return of the Jedi and how the third movie is always the worst. They're also making fun of themselves, meaning the Apocalypse movie being the third in this new trilogy. They're making fun of The Last Stand, and they're making fun of Return of the Jedi, which some people don't like. A lot of people love and defend it. I thought it was really cool that they were just making little subtle references there. Magneto always seems to have awesome character development and character work. Some people say he's kind of sidelined in this film. He is and he isn't. He's used when necessary. He was kind of underutilized in the very end battle. He's just standing around a tornado, basically. Some people have problems with that. Professor X, he finally went bald. I don't really like how he went bald. A little sloppy. And the fact that Apocalypse needed to lay down in the pyramid with another mutant to transfer the powers, it's like, that seems a little convoluted. The 4 horsemen are basically protecting Apocalypse while he's taking a nap, trying to put his body into Xavier's body, which is like, it was just a big convoluted mess. Wasn't necessary. Overall, I really liked X-Men, but it was a little underwhelming. Like I said, I really didn't get hyped from any of these trailers I saw. Mystique, I didn't like Mystique, and it was really obvious that they wrote around her not being blue. They made it a point where she's like, oh, I don't want them looking up to me as a hero, so I'm not going to be Mystique. But she ends up being Mystique anyways. It's like, come on. And now Jennifer Lawarence is talking about how she may not come back, or she might come back, but only if the rest of the cast comes back. Don't come back. Let me talk about some of the negatives. Angel and Psylocke were underutilized, sidelined. I don't know what they were doing. Why would you kill off Angel in this first movie? I think they should have killed Mystique off instead. That would have been. It would have made more sense. It would have drove the point home that Mystique is the hero that those kids were looking up to. How they were saying, "Oh, we look up to you, and she's all blue, and we want you to be blue." And having Apocalypse choke her out, it was a big surprise. but not really because the trailers. It was the whole thing with Quicksilver not telling Magneto that he was his dad. That was a big letdown because the whole movie he was just telling everybody, he's like, yeah, he's my dad. Like, oh, Magneto's my dad. Okay, tell him, because his family just got killed. Magneto's lost his whole family. If he found out he has another son, he would probably stick around more. But no, he's just like takes off because he's Magneto. It was just very lazy storytelling in my opinion. Rose Byrne, I like Rose Byrne, but she did not need to be in this movie. Why would you wipe her mind just to bring it back? That I didn't like that whatsoever. The effects in the movie were awesome. It was just some of the character writing was pretty bad. Like I said, Cyclops was great. Jean Grey was great. The cameo from Wolverine was cool. Weapon X, all that stuff. Jubilee sidelined. I like the actress that played Jubilee, and I'm really upset that she wasn't even in the main battle. Put her in the main battle, help out. We don't get to see her use her powers whatsoever. We see her in her yellow jacket. She's standing around the whole time. Give her dialogue. Give her something to do. Like, either introduce these new characters or don't introduce the new characters. These actors, like Jennifer Lawarence, are kind of messing up the X-Men. They get paid so much money where they need all the screen time, and they're not even in costume the whole time. It's like, really? I liked X-Men Apocalypse, but it seemed like whenever Jennifer Lawarence came on screen, it slowed down the whole deal. She was just there to recruit the new people, which Nightcrawler was a beast. He's finally getting, he had more screen time than some of the other X-Men. I like Nightcrawler. I think the way they showed him using his powers like against Angel was cool. They really set up Angel to be a badass, and then they killed him off. Havoc got killed off supposedly. We didn't see a body. That's understandable because we need Cyclops to become who he's supposed to be. A lot of my problems I had was with the story. Most of the character adaptations were fine. Magneto's family losing his family, and he was just trying to fit in, and the universe is just telling him, hey man, like, this ain't for you, you're not a human. He's just explaining, he's all yelling, he's like, is this who I'm supposed to be, is this what I am? I really liked that kind of stuff. And then Apocalypse comes in, he's just there, and they're like posing around on a rock like it's a music video at some point, and they weren't really doing much. I mean, they were building up to this thing, and all of a sudden they're in the desert standing around a rock. Apocalypse basically tells Magneto, I need you to use your powers to bring all the metal through the earth. And say, well, what if Magneto didn't want to join Apocalypse? Then what would he do? Supposedly Apocalypse is this big overall powerful guy, and he has to sleep in a pyramid to take Professor X's powers, but yet he has all these other powers. This is very convoluted stuff. So overall, X-Men Apocalypse is pretty good. Just a little underwhelming. Story had some issues. Effects were great. I can't wait to see what the new X-Men has in store. Cyclops was one of my favorites. Nightcrawler was one of my favorites. Jean Grey. Those are probably my three of my favorite characters in the movie. I just think they had a lot of characters that they had to write around in this movie. I don't know. I think if they would have went over this story a couple more times, cut down Jennifer Lawrence's part. If Jennifer Lawrence doesn't want to put on the makeup, she just needs to retire the character, bring somebody else in to play the character or something. It's just not working. I never was a fan of Jennifer Lawrence to begin with. Overall, I'm going to give X-Men Apocalypse a 7.8 out of 10. What did you guys think of it? Comment below and let me know what you guys thought. And make sure you guys like and subscribe.